All right, Shalom. I'd like to start by saying, call Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, without pronounce, double honors to Apostle Elders, Great Millstone, who rule and teach well, peace and salutation to all the occupants and four corners of the earth. Be preaching, be teaching. As this thing is coming to the end, I just want to come out with a quick video on Yaquad and the camp of YSO, Yahushua sanctified them. And I want to salute my brothers in YSO. I want to come out with this quick video. It hit my spirit. I woke up and my scriptures on at night, and I woke up about 6:30 or 6:40 in the morning, and I woke up to this to Proverbs 22 and 28 and 22 and 28. All right, the Lord woke me up, so I said I'm gonna do a video on it. It's not gonna be a very long video. It's gonna be a nice little quick video. I'm gonna play this video, and I got two videos to play, and I'm gonna get real quick, and I'm go on a couple scriptures, and I'm gonna close it up.
According to Matthew's historian, what we today know as Africa is not the continent to name, foreign and the historical origins of the name Africa have been in dispute. A school of thought has looked at the name Africa never originated from being the people, and the people never associated with the name. The theory suggests that the name Africa is derived.
Yeah, that's right, because when you go back in history, we go back in the scripture, that was the land of Canaan. All right, it was the land of Ham, which means hot. I mean that the land was hot. So that name was never. It never had. You had Mizraim, which is so-called Egypt. The land of Put, land of Canaan, land of Mizraim, and what's the other son? Damn, it's like I can't think of the fourth one. But so like you brothers know it out there. But I made my point. The point is that in that time that land was named after the sons of Ham. Okay? All right, or it was just called Ham. And Ham means hot. All right. So they never identified, okay, with the so-called Africans. Right? They never identified with that name all through history. They wasn't given to them until their forefathers. But Esau came and colonized the earth, and he colonized that area, and he changed the names and the landmarks of these areas and all over the earth. All right. I'm gonna bring some scriptures out after this video.
From the making of a famous Roman invader named the year of the
right, an invader.
For some 400 years, as one of Europe's critical sectors of information on Africa. Following a series of wars between them and the ancient North African Empire of Sparta,
and Carthage was it was an Israelite. Israelites was ruling in Carthage. Okay, Hannibal and his son. Okay, all right, Hannibal Barca. Is his father and son. They both were ruling at that time. They were great generals, great rulers. They was having wars with Rome. Okay, you had the Punic Wars. There's many wars that was had, but the Carthage war with Rome is when they started switching the name. When they started winning and taking over, they started setting their landmarks. Esau started putting his name on our territory, which at that time it was Israel that was ruling in that land, and they started putting their name on our land at that time. Because really the whole earth is ours anyway. All right, it's all under it's going to be under our subjection anyway. Everything is the Lord Yahweh Shem Shah. But in due time we will be giving back our land. All right. So let me get back to the video.
7th Tunisia from 264 BC to 146 BC, and victories in the Second Punic War. It believes the name Africa was derived from the Roman invader named
Africanus, Cyprianus Africanus Leo. That's right. And that Africanus Leo is the same. He's the same Africanus as Cipriano Africanus, right? Right quick. So let me read this right quick. This because it goes back to the Punic Wars and it goes same thing they just said is I'm gonna read this is off of Google. Okay, I just looked it up right quick. This is Publius Cornelius Cipriano Africanus, or you call him Leo Africanus. Or they say it different ways. Okay, okay. Latin 236 235 BC to 183 BC. Was a Roman general and later consul who is often regarded as one of the best military commanders and strategists of all time. His main achievements were during the Second Punic War. All right. So he was a Roman general. Okay. He was the one of the greatest generals that they had in Rome. All right. And he was he was taking over land. All right. He was renaming those lands. He was renaming the lands after his people. So so that land they removed the ancient landmarks of different lands. All right. So I just want to bring that out, and I want to let me go here right quick. I'm gonna stop that video there, and I want to slack it for a minute. Give me a minute and stop sharing this video. Slack it. Stop sharing that video. Give me a minute, and I'm gonna post up another video right quick. So, there you go. Uh, Now this one right here, I'm gonna play this right quick, little quick snippet, and then I'm gonna actually go into the script.
In America, the Latinization of the name of a tiny scale primarily goes a speaking. While one of these philosophy was species using to which the new language but connected to Asia. It was the species who argued that language scale of history was in fact not much in the past of the history of the new world. The species, however, didn't name this in African. German cartographer Martin Rothschild created a new map of the world, one that labeled modern South America America in of America as a species. You can even deeper into this topic, however. If America is named after America as a species, then who was America as a species named after? It seems America as a species was named after Prince America of England. The two continents was eventually split into two smaller, but basically big, countries of the continent. So, if the actual coming from one end of the Americas to the other, then you see them to see. Then you have to stop doing the other in North America and start doing South America. The border of North and South America lies in the Isthmus of Panama, and this is the land of the land of the side. And the country of Panama is only considered to be the most southern part of North America, with Colombia being the most northern part of South America. Maybe now that you've heard of the third view of Central America. Central America consists of 22 countries: Belize, Guatemala, El Salvador, Honduras, Nicaragua, Costa Rica, Colombia, and Panama, all of which are part of the North American continent. So, what about that country we all call America, the one that actually is the United States of America? Lately May was the first clue of this. The first publication of the name featured in a news essay in a newspaper in Virginia, which we see.
All right. But yeah, that's pretty much the point on that. I didn't really know. And so my point. So I wanted to really read this right here. This is America is named. This is on. I just popped this in Google right quick. Anybody can do it. It's real simple. Any information you need, you can always get. I mean, you hear me throwing, they put it right at your hand. So America is named after Amerigo Vespucci, just as the gentleman has said. Um, and before I go even further, I'm not. This is not for any gain. I'm not making any economic income from this. I'm just using this videos for 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 entertainment purposes or for educational purposes. I'm not. There's no. I'm not getting any kind of type of monetary gain from any of this video that I'm putting up. All right. So with that said, let me go ahead. America is named after Amerigo Vespucci, the Italian explorer who set forth the then revolutionary concept that the lands that Christopher Columbus sailed to in 1942 were part of a separate continent. He included on the map data gathered by Vespucci during his voyages of 1501 and 1502. Now, the difference with him and Columbus is that Columbus, when he sailed to South America, he called it part of Asia, and it's not connected to Asia at all. And so this guy, he goes in and explores the people, right? And he finds that that it's his own landmass, that it's not connected to Asia whatsoever. And why Christopher Columbus thought it was connected to Asia, because he knew the Hebrew Israelite people in that land, and the land of Israel is connected to Africa as well as to so-called Asian continent. So so he took it as that it was a part of Asia because the people that were that he had read in Second Ezra, that he had read about, the people that were put out of Israel at that time, he knew that they were Hebrew Israelites, and he just automatically assumed that where they were was connected to that land. Because how else could they get all the way over to that land? Probably in his mind, he didn't think that they had probably the technology to make it all the way over into another land where no man has known. Okay, so that's America, and that's probably the way that Christopher Columbus looked at it, and he just, probably seems like he would just probably speak it off and just called it whatever. But this is for Vespucci. He pushed hard. You know, he searched a diligent search, and he figured it out. You know, right quick. Let me grab the scripture right quick. Give me a second. Let's see. Yeah, that's right. All right, I'm gonna go here right quick before I pull out my other scripture. It's always something come up. I just want to make sure I'm on the right page with this, before I pull this out. Uh, this is Ezekiel 28:1. The word of the Lord came again unto me, saying, Son of man, say unto the prince of Tyrus. Okay, that's really goes back to Esau. Thou sayest the Lord power Yahweh, because thine heart is lifted up. Okay, and whose heart is more lifted up than the so-called white man's heart? Okay, and thou hast said, I am a God. I am a power. I am power. I am God. Okay, I sit in the seat of Yahweh. Okay, in the midst of the seas. Okay, and as America really is in the midst of the seas, because I mean, all around America you can find the sea. All around America, it's a land. So big ass island around surrounded by a bunch of sea. All right. Yet thou art a man and not a God. Thou set thine heart as the heart of God. So you set your mind. Your heart goes back to your mind, your life. Okay. So in Esau's mind, the so-called white man's mind, he's a God. Okay, he's beyond God. He's above God. He changed the people. He changed the landforms, land masses. He's doing things. He's turning. You look at Jake. He's turned Jake from being a holy, righteous people to a super dominant, wicked ass people. Okay, that he's penalized the whole fucking earth. All right. So yeah, of course he feels like he's a god because he rules the world. The world is his to rule. All right, and when you go back to Job 9:24, it said the earth was given. All right, the earth was given into the hand of the wicked. All right, he covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not he, then who is he? Okay, then who? All right, so who covered the faces of the judges? You can go back to what's that? I think that's in the Maccabees. All right, so it's only one person that did that, and that was it talks about the Greeks started, changing. The Lord, the Lord, look, you know. So But so who is that person? So who made these things happen? So when you can make that, when you can take the heavenly power and he can turn and change his face into to yours, and he can do what you will, that's you feel pretty powerful. Man. You know, when you can rule these nations and through the sword and blood and rape, robbery, and murder, you'll feel pretty powerful. Okay? And that's what this devil has did. So he set himself as God. So he felt that he is God. He's above God. Okay? In his mind, there is no God but him. All right? That's why when you kneel down and pray, you worship a blonde haired, blue eyed, so called white, and they're not white, they're red, but the image of them, they make themselves look pure, right? And and uh, uh and blood is actually filthy, right? Because when a woman has a period, it's a cleansing time, and that blood cleanses, but it's considered filth. You know, it's not and it's not clean. It's unclean, right? But their blood shows through their skin. That makes them unclean all the time. Never are they ever clean. All right, they have their leprosy. Okay, um, so right here, I'm gonna read this part again, verse 2. Son of man, say ye unto the prince of Tyrus, thus saith the Lord power Yahweh, because thine heart is lifted up, and thou hast said, I am a God. I sit in the seat of God. Okay, I am a power, and I sit in the seat of Yahweh. In the midst of the seas, yet thou art a man, and not a power. Though thou set thine heart, which goes back to your mind, your law, as the heart of Yahweh. So he set their mind as the mind of Yahweh. They set their mind as the mind of Yahweh Shem outside. That they rule and reign over the Lord Himself. All right. Behold, thou art wiser than Daniel. And that go and show you that for Columbus, he was wise, but yet Vespucci was even wiser. So he used his wickedness to go deep and research even further. All right. So right here it keeps saying that verse 3, behold, thou art wiser than Daniel. There is no secret that they can hide from thee. That's right. Because see, the Lord gave him that spiritual wickedness, that power on their left hand side. Okay. So the Lord can show his power on the right hand side when he come back and show who's the mightiest. Because it's Yahweh Bashim Shah who has created all things. All right, all things was created through the Son. All right. The Father created the Son, and the Son created the 144,000, and they all together created the earth. Okay. So read that again. This is Ezekiel 28 and 3. Behold, thou art wiser than Daniel. And Daniel was hella wise. He told Nebuchadnezzar his dream. He told him, about the beginning and the end of time. He talked about the head all the way down to the toes. All right. So he told the men, the servants of the what was that the king's servants. He told the one that he was going to be put to death because he was a thief, and the other was going to raise up the cup of the pharaoh or of the king. All right. So the Lord made him wise. You know, he was very wise man. No, so yeah, but Esau now is even wiser. You know, okay, with thy wisdom and with thine, verse 4. This is Ezekiel 28 and 4. With thy wisdom and with thine understanding, thou hast gotten thee riches. Hey, how did they do it, man? They used the weapons, the guns. They commit war upon the faces of earth, rape, robbery, and murder. All right, they robbed the whole earth of everything that was here. You know, they still over there in so-called Africa, renamed it, taking all the gold, blood diamonds, gold, all the minerals that's worth anything out to what? To enriching themselves. The scripture says right here. With thy wisdom and with thine understanding, thou hast gotten thee riches, and hast gotten gold and silver. I just said it. Into thy treasures. By thy great wisdom and by thy traffic hast thou increased thy riches. and thine heart is lifted up because of thy riches. That's right, man. Because you see a man with money, hey, you see Jake, man. Hey, Jake got money. Jake don't give a fuck. So how much more for the so-called white man who really rules all this shit on this earth? Hey, they please. If Jake, if the oppressed, when they get a dollar and they get big money and they go up and they show and they shine, and how much more so Esau, man? How much more so is his pride? Okay, by thy great wisdom and by thy traffic has thou increased. And what's Esau's traffic, man? Look upon this earth, man. Everything, and even he's going to in the traffic period. He trafficked humans. His greatest traffic was what? Was us. Was the Israelites. Was slavery. It was slavery. His riches. You know, human trafficking was one of his greatest riches. Because America was built, and he kept every penny dollar. There was nothing given unto this country about it, to the slaves that was in this country. Right? They worked for free. Right? They was in pure servitude without a dollar's pay, and they made this a rich country. They made Esau, so-called white man, very rich. So he's lifted up. He was able to take the apple of the Lord's eye and put them in slavery. So yeah, he's above God, but he can't understand that it was the Lord that did it. What's that? Proverbs 20 and 24. Man going to the Lord, how then can a man know his own way? And Esau can't see that the Lord himself has set him up. He's been set up from the beginning. He's been set up to fail. He lifted him, and he's going to drop him down like the fall is going to be just, the earth is just going to rock to and fro like a drum. That's going to be a heavy fall because there's nowhere else to go when you go so high. You know, and that's just even a common sense that they say in life. You know, what goes up must come down. Eventually, you got to fall. You know, every kingdom that has risen in this earth, from Egypt, Babylon, the Persian, the Medes, uh, the Greeks, the Romans, the Turks. I mean, every empire that has ever stood. Okay, go to Genghis Khan. Every empire that has ever stood on this earth has had one thing in common: failure. They all, and you go all through history, and there is one. Even you go through the Israelite history, there is one thing that we all share in common. We rose, but yet we also fail. And it never changed yet. And it's not going to change. And that way is going to be until the Lord changes, until Israel get there forever, ever. Okay? You go to Psalms 2nd chapter. You go to Isaiah the 14th chapter. When that happens, okay, that's when it's going to be forever. But right now, all these kingdoms that's upon this earth that has ever been in history, they all have one similarity, and that's the fact that they all have failed. So America can't last forever. They want it to last forever. They think it's gonna last forever, but it's not gonna last forever. They thought Rome would last forever. They thought Greeks would last forever. The Persians thought they reign would last. The Babylonians thought they would last. Hell, Egyptians thought they reign would last. I mean, you know, history will repeat itself. History will repeat itself. Okay. So this is verse 5. By thy great wisdom and by thy traffic hast thou increased thy riches, and thy heart is lifted up because of thy riches. Therefore, thus saith the Lord power Yahweh, because thou hast set thine heart as the heart of Yahweh, the power. Okay. Behold, therefore I will bring strangers upon thee. Okay. The terrible of the nations, and they shall draw their swords against the beauty of thy wisdom, and they shall defile thy brightness. So, hey, Esau's brightness is coming down. All these nations, they're coming. They're already here. Hell, shit, you're gonna go right now. I think Gaza just shot off 30 something rockets 10 hours ago or something on the land of Israel. I mean, they fighting in East Israel, in East Jerusalem, fighting, burning the motherfucker up. I mean, I mean, the land is going through hell over there, and that's our whole land. It's got to be purified. The Lord is purifying the land because those who this has to be a great sacrifice in Basra. Okay, and it has to be shed. The blood got to be shed of those who has shed the blood of the people of that land, of the Lord's people. All right, that go back to Numbers 35 and 33. Right, so so there's no real way out of this shit, man. You're in a pit. You're in a conundrum. You're caught in a conundrum. You're in a strait, Esau. Esau, you put yourself in a net, in a snare. You're snared in your own hole. And you can't even, and the shit is that you can't see the shit. That's the shit. It's like the Lord got you so fucking high and mighty, so fucking proud. You can't even see that you're standing in your own shit. You're sinking. You build a what's those things called when you're fucking standing and then you sink. The more you move, the more you sink. A fucking be out in the desert. A fucking damn, I can't think of the name of it. But sand pit, man. You're in a fucking sand pit. You built a great sand pit, but you're sinking in it. You forgot to get yourself out of it before you built it all around you, but you forgot to make a way for you to get out. You can even give yourself out, you dumb motherfucker. Well, you gonna go down with your own sinking shit, man. Hey, the Lord built you, man. Hey, you're the basis of man. You are the basis of man. You know. You're good shit. Esau, you just good shit. All right. What was that? Slocky out there. I kind of went off. Uh, I was just imagining that shit. I'm just thinking, just looking, man, just seeing all this hell all this hell that's unleashing upon this earth. You go look at what's going on in the land of Jerusalem, Israel. You look over in on the side of that, which is all Israel anyway, the Gaza, the Palestine area, Damascus. You look in Syria, Iran, Iraq, and like man, this shit is like it's popping, man. China's trying to get it popping. North Korea's talking shit, talking about man, they about to go ahead and get on it with America, and it's just like, hey, this time is just India and China just got to fighting each other over the border. Russia all up in the middle of everything, everywhere. I mean, man, I mean, hey, the time is here. Hey, man, the fucking harvest is right, bro. Hey, the daughter of Babylon, it's time to be thrust. It's time to thrust. She's ready to be thrust through. Man. She's like a flushing floor. Man. You know, hey, it's time to thrust. You know, so hey, yeah, I'll probably just end it off on that, man. But right now, but let me just let me see what was I it's locked. Um, yeah, kind of right here. Yeah, so we was at verse 7, we're gonna jump to verse 8. They shall bring thee down to the pit, and thou shalt die the deaths of them that are slain in the midst of the seas. Okay. Will thou yet say before him that slayeth thee, I am God? So in other words, the Lord gonna slay you. You still gonna say you are God, that you are Yahweh, but thou shalt be a man and no God in the hand of him that slayeth thee. Because hey man, because the Lord that He's the issuer of death. All right, the Lord kills, heals, and steals. I mean, it's like it heals and kills. All right, He sent you to steal. You know, he put them demons on the left hand side up to hey do a job because he wanted to get rid of your ass. All right, because you were built for you're a game, you're a toy. Hell, we're all the puppets of the Lord, and the Lord does it with he's no perspective of persons. He does what he wants. He really really wills. He's the potter, man. You're the fucking clay, and you were just the one that was you're the clay that was for destruction, man. You know, you're the bad guy. You're the good guy. You know, you win in the beginning, like when you go think about those Rocky movies. You know, Rocky, you know, he ain't a good guy. I mean, he's supposed to be Italian, so we don't know. You know, could be Jake. You know, because he is Italian. Because we know the Moors people, and he fuck Moors fuck so many of them fucking Italian women. Edomite Italian women, they fucking, you know, they for 1,000 years they used and they spread their seed all through that way. So so who knows over there who was who? But yeah, man, you know, hey, what do he do? You know, he gets his ass whooped. You know, everybody whoops his ass in the beginning. Every fight he's ever had, he gets his ass whooped in the beginning. You know, but come to the end of the movie, who's the victor? You know, that's what makes a good movie. You know, the good guy getting his ass whooped. You know, he can't really manage. Man, you know, he got to figure it out. He got to go back. You know, but then in the end, you know who? You know, hey man, who comes out? Who comes out right, man? And not all the time the guy that come out right. When you look at it the right way, that you know, like in you think of Black Panther and Killmonger and they got Chad Boswick that just died. You know, Chad Boswick really played the bad guy. Killmonger was the good guy. You know, what I mean? And on his side, he died. But what I'm trying to say is the point, the way that they run the movies is, you know, how it's going to be ran for us is that, hey man, we've been getting our ass whipped all this time. But when how about Shemal Shah come back, it's over. You know, it's over, man. You win. The victory comes in for Israel, for Yashar. You know, so all right, this is that was verse 9. Let me see. Yeah, verse 10. Thou shalt die the deaths of the uncircumcised by the hand of strangers, for I have spoken it, saith the Lord power Yahweh Hashem Shah. All right, so hey, look, you know that's hey, so that's you're cursed, man. You are a cursed people for what you've done. Okay, and I'm gonna go here right quick. I got a couple more scriptures I'm gonna pull out, and I'm gonna close this thing up. I didn't mean to go this long. All right, this is Proverbs 22 and 28. Nah, yeah, jump up this one. I can't remember. Give me a second. Um, uh, you know, I actually slot block. Just give me a minute. Okay, yeah, you know, let me jump up to 22. This is Proverbs. Yeah, let me jump up 22. This is Proverbs 22 and 22. All right. Uh, rob not the poor because he is poor, neither oppress the afflicted in the gate. Hey man, and what did Esau do? All he's oppressed us. He oppressed the people. We're considered the poor on this side now. We're rich, but right now here we're poor. We're considered poor. You're the slave. You're the captive. Okay. You're in the land of the captivity. All right, let's name it. This land ain't even supposed to. This ain't even the original name of the fucking land. It wasn't even called this in the first place. But the great colonizer, okay, this is Esau, so-called white man. You know, the great colonizer who has colonized the whole fucking earth and taken it for his riches and for his gain. Okay, and he's robbed the poor, man. Rob not the poor because he is poor. Neither oppress the afflicted in the gate. And Esau does all these things. All right. For the Lord will plead their cause. And when Yahweh Shai comes back, that's the end of pleading the cause. But he's pleading the cause now. All that bloodshed is going on in these lands and in the other lands. All the uproars of the people. Everything from Britain to France to everywhere there's an uproar. That's the Lord making it happen. Man. The Lord is pleasing the cause of his people because it all works in one. It's all working in accordance to one goal, and that's to bring them up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, to Yehoshaphat, to the land of decision. All right. This is where you're going to be plagued, and the Lord is going to use the nuclear fire, and the Lord is going to use the lasers of the missiles of the father ships when they come back. And the house shot breaks the earth. All right, when he breaks through that firmament, it's going to be a whole nother ball. All right, Proverbs 22:23. For the Lord will plead their cause and spoil the soul of those that spoiled them. So you're gonna be spoiled, man. You're gonna be rotted out. Because when you something spoiled, like when you get some milk, it's out of date, it's spoiled. Hey, you saw you out of date. You know, you've been spoiled. You've been out of date. You're just fucking rotten as fuck. Okay? Nobody will like you, everybody fucking hates you. You know, they burning your fucking flags in all these other countries. All these other countries fucking hate your ass. You know, they call you the dumbest fucking. Even your own people in the other countries, they say the Americans are some of the most dumbest people on earth. You can look it up and see it. They even talk about you. Your own people hate you. You know, and Lord, don't say talk about Iran, Iraq. They try to get you the fuck out the country. You know, Afghanistan, Pakistan. Yeah. All right. 24. Make no friendship with an angry man. You saw you're an angry man. Because he was angry and furious at his brother because he swore Esau swore that Jacob stole the blessing, but yet he forgets that he sold out his own blessing because he said it was no good to him. He was he was blessed to he was the first son. The blessings go to the first, but he didn't want it. He didn't want his birthright. He didn't want the birthright, so he sold it to his brother. He gave away the kingdom, the rights. He didn't want it. Because why? He was profane. Because why? The Lord built him to be what he is now today. That was his job. This is his job, to be the devil of all devils. This is your job. It's all to be Satan. Your job is to do what it is. You're not fit to rule. You're not fit to be a king. Okay? You're not a God. You can't fellowship properly. The earth is in mourning. All right. All right. Right here, this is Proverbs 22:24. Make no friendship with an angry man, and with a furious man thou should not go. Hey man, our people join hand in hand unto these devils. You know, we don't make covenants with these devils, but yet, hey, we keep going against the laws and rules of Yahweh Shem outside, man. We don't hold our covenants, our statutes, our commandments. We're going in the ways of man. All right, verse 25. At least thou learn his ways. Hey, look at Jake. Jake learned all his ways, man. Look at Jake now. Hella fire flaming faggots, you know, eye evil towards their brother, you know, doing all kind of rituals and all they got the video talking about Shaq. Yes, I'm a Mason. You make these. Oh, yes, I'm a Mason. Man, that shit is for Esau, man. That was some shit that Esau was doing, and the Masons hated the so-called Negroes, man. You know, they literally was killing them. You know, that shit goes back to Europe, man. They was doing that shit, man. You know, picking up their ways, you know. Why trimmest thou thy ways to seek love? That's what Jake done. We've taught them their ways, and now we have walked in theirs. You know, they picked they stole everything from the Babylonians, from the Greeks, from the real original Greeks, the real original Romans. You know, they went and stole your fest people, man. Stole everything from them. Man, all right. So what is it? Make no friendship with an angry man, and with the furious man thou shalt not go. At least thou learn his ways and get a snare to thy soul. That's right, and that's why Jacob's being snared to the soul, right along with the so-called white man. Okay, be not thou one of them that strike hands, or of them that are sureties for debts. Hey, Esau does all that. You know, everything we live is a debted society. America's a fucking debt. Hey, it's fucking broke as fuck, but it lives off of its own debt. Everything's being indebted to another man, man. You striking your hands, you're making deals. You know, you're making agreements, you're making covenants with these men, and we have a covenant with Yahweh Shem El Shah. You know, we broke the real binding covenant because this other covenant ain't shit. There's no covenant with no man and no thing on this earth. It's only the covenant of Yahweh Shem El Shah. If thou hast nothing to pay, why should he take away thy bed from under thee? That's right, because hey, you go to these places, you rent a car, you rent a house, you rent a home, you buy a home, you mortgage a home. Hey, what are you gonna do? He's gonna take it from you anyway, because if you can't pay it, what's gonna happen? He's gonna snatch it from you. He's gonna take your bed, literally gonna take it from you. Even if it doesn't matter if you rent or if you got a fucking mortgage. The same shit can happen to you, because if you don't pay them fucking land taxes, he's gonna take your shit. Because he owns the fucking land, jackass. You don't own shit. You own the confounds of the house. You own just the home, the dwellers within. But that home is contracted onto that land. And if you default on that land contract, your fucking ass is gone. If you don't pay the taxes on that land, okay, that home is built, the foundation of that home is built on, then that foundation is the land, and that land will be taken from you. You're indebted. You're always indebted. It's never yours. Nothing is never yours here, man. It's not yours. It's his. Because guess what? It always go back to him. He got loopholes to make sure that your shit go back to him. Okay, you just loaning it. All right, this shit is temporary. This is smoke and mirrors. This make you think you own something. You think you got money. You think you got this. This shit ain't worth shit. The dollar ain't worth what it's worth. That's why shit is going high. It's everything, and the reality is that nothing is really, the prices is not going higher. The dollar is just dropping. The dollar is just worth less and less. Because why? It's not backed by shit. It's not worth it. It's worth no more than the paper that is printed. Okay, don't care what digit or what number is on there. It ain't worth no more than what is printed, and that's why we're going into the chip. That's why the mark of the beast is coming, because now it's just digital, going to be digital currency. Okay, because the wealth is gone. America's dead, and you just can't see it because why? They're not telling you the truth. They're hiding it. It's called smoke and mirrors. They're not showing you what really is going on. They're making you think and making you believe something is that it's not. All the time while the sink is shipping, they're preparing to get the fuck out of here. They're trying to go up to the space. They're trying to go under the sea. They're preparing to leave, trying to figure out a way to get the fuck out of here because they know the fucking ship is going under the earth. It's drowning. That's why they want to go to the moon. That's why they're trying to get the fuck out of here so they don't have to fall with it. But the Lord is going to bring them down. He's going to search them out. He's going to search them from the heavens, and he's going to search them out of the seas. This is verse 27. If thou hast nothing to pay, why should he take away thy bed from under thee? Remove not the ancient landmark which thy fathers have set. Hey man, that's been done. Okay? The ancient landmarks of the world has been done, and that was the point at the beginning of what I went into, was talking about Cyprian Africanus. Okay? They removed the ancient landmarks. They switched the names. They changed it. That's not what it really. That's not the original name. Amerigo Vespucci, America. It's not the original name. They had no name. It was just different tribes here. But people were here. The indigenous people of this land who come out of Israel, the northern tribe, the northern kingdom, all the way from so-called Brazil, all the way to South America, Central America, to North America, man. Those are Israelites. The majority of them. You're gonna have wheat, and you got the wheat, you got the tares with the wheat, but for the most part, a lot of them are Israelites. Okay. Okay. So let me see right quick. I got a couple more scriptures. I'm gonna close out. I've been on here long enough. I really didn't mean to go this long. Yeah, I didn't mean to go this long. So, hey, that's the spirit. The spirit, it flows. It's ebb and flow. It flows like the wind. Hey, it comes one way, goes back the other. Sometimes spirit give you a couple scriptures. I put up a couple scriptures I didn't even think I was gonna put up. But hey, you don't know until you get into it. I came in with two scriptures. So, hey, Kolo y'all about Shemal Shai. That's the spirit. But I got four more scriptures I'm going to close out. This is Deuteronomy 19 and 14. Thou shalt not remove thy neighbor's landmark, which they of old time, have set in thine inheritance, which thou shalt inherit in the land that the Lord Yahweh by Shemal Shai, thy power, given thee to possess it. All right, so this is why, because when you remove something, you don't know what is what, whose is whose. And that's what Esau did. He confused the world. He confused the nations. He gave us all different names, called you African American. Hell, we call African Americans, and the land of Africa is named after some fucking Edomite Italian explorer. How the fuck he's not our father? How the fuck he named after some of the fucking colonizer? He's an invader. He went and invaded the land, took the land over, and renamed the people, and as well as he renamed the fucking land itself and the people. Why? Because he thinks he's God. Because he want to sit in the place of God. He's playing God. You know. This is verse. This is Deuteronomy 27:17. Cursed be he. Okay, I'm gonna say that again. Cursed be he that removeth his neighbor's landmark. Okay, and all the people shall say, Amen. I say Shalom. Because I go back. So a lot of people use that Amen back to that Amen Raw and all that shit. No, it's not what we're saying. You're gonna get praise to Yahweh Shem Shah. So call Lord Yahweh Shem Shah out in that way. All right. So right there, man. So you're cursed, Esau. We're under curses. We're not a cursed people. Esau, you're a cursed people. Your very skin tells you that you're cursed. Your people are actually cursed because of what you look like, because of your whole makeup cursed. Your hair, your innards, everything about you is a curse. Does not the earth tell you that within itself? You can't be out in the sun for very long. They burn you the fuck up. You get blisters, boils, all kind of shit all over your body. You have to wear UVA ray. Man, it's like my mind somewhere else. So I can't think of the word from. But you got to get what's the shit called they put on their skin? That fake melanin. You know what I mean? You got to get that. You basically that's what it looks like. When you put on your skin, uh, you put that skin lotion on that melanin. A fake melanin on your skin. Man. I can't think of the word right now. It's on the tip of my tongue. I know what it is, but that's how it is. Some things don't come out right. But but you know what it is. But right here I'm going to Proverbs 22 and 28. Remove not the ancient landmark which thy fathers have set. And that goes right back into Deuteronomy 19 and Deuteronomy 27. So that makes you a curse. So your curse is off of removing the landmarks. Okay, because your land is the Caucasus Mountains of Georgia and Russia and Petra. Okay, in the land of Israel. That's your land. It's in the caves. All right, that's where you came out of. Okay, sunscreen. That's the word. Whether you how about you now shot. Okay, you use that sunscreen, which is really melanin. All right, in a can or in a tube to protect yourself from the sun. You have to use what we already have. We're born with it. We're born internally with the protection from the sun. The earth, we're protected from the earth. You're not. The Lord left you there. Lord, you are a fucking curse. tie you up in a hot fucking summer day in the South on a pole from sundown, from sun up to sundown, and let's see what happens in that hot beaming sun with no shade. You put a Jake, and it's been done. Jake been tied up on a pole, and he be thirsty. For hell, he might get dark. He might almost look black. That brown will be a chocolate brown, but he'll be fine. Other than the fact that he needs some water and shit. And we can even give you water. But your skin is going to just fucking disintegrate. It's going to bubble, boil, get red. You can't touch you. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Sunburn, sunburn. I was like, what the fuck is a sunburn? I remember, like, back when I was younger, man, I was at a beach where the Edomite, and I was like, wait, there's like putting all this shit on and skin here. You want some of this? I'm like, oh, what's that? Like, I don't use that. I was that lotion? Like, no, it's sunscreen. Sunscreen? Like, I've never used sunscreen before. So why you use sunscreen? Oh, because the sun burned us. Like, we did burn you. I never do this shit. You know what I'm saying? When I first got around Esau, man, I was like, what the fuck? Then when I seen, I'm like, damn, and somebody they come back out of vacation after in the summertime. Oh man, I got sunburn. You get sunburn? When you get sunburn? Don't touch, don't touch, don't touch. You slap him and shit. That shit hurts. That shit painful. That shit hurts. Don't do that. Shit's funny, man. Fucking skin peels off and shit. That's fucking gross, man. It's fucking gross. So the earth itself, it would like to destroy you. The earth itself is after your ass. And you can't see it. But you still want to run around prideful and boastful. Get skin cancers and shit. All kind of shit, man. You can't see it? All right, you keep not seeing. You keep not paying it attention. And it doesn't matter how many of your women have much sex with how many kids. It's still not gonna change you who you are. You always gonna come out as Esau, unless unless it's Jacob having sex with your women. Then the kids gonna come back as Israelites. But if it's Esau and having sex with an Israelite woman, that's not gonna save you. It's not gonna ever cure you because your children still will come back out red with stringy hair. You might get some come out looking like a so-called Negro, but he's still not a Negro. He's still not a chosen vessel because you are what your father is. Numbers 1 and 18. You are the lineage of the house of your fathers. That pedigree. And it was like a dog. It's about the male stud. Whatever that pedigree is what you are. The woman is just a vessel, whether you like it or not. Care how mad you get about it. She's just a way back into this bitch. Right? She brings back the nation. She helped you she helped you multiply your nation. She helped your nation grow huge, vastly. So she's important because without her, we can't get many numbers. And when we only got one, you only get a few. But when you have umpteen women, you can build a fucking city itself. Okay, like they even got out here in with somewhere in East Asia. This dude, he got like what is it, 30 women, got 100 and 200 something children, and 400 or 500 something grandchildren. Man, he's a fucking nation. He's a mini nation. And if his kids have umpteen wives, they gonna have that many more children. And it's endless possibilities. That's why a man should have more than one woman. Not because, you just want to have a bunch of sex. You just want to have a bunch of, no, man, I want to build a fucking nation. I want to outgrow the other nations. Because when you more numbers, you can take over more shit. That's a king's way of thinking. And that should be a princess way of thinking. Oh, damn, yeah, you know what? More people, the more better we do. You know? It's not, people look at it the wrong way. It's about your nation. I'm in a nation building. I want to build my people. I want to build my nation back, however way I can. Because right now, man, we're fucked. We're losing. We're dying off, man, horribly bad. Our women outnumber us, man. If every woman that's a so-called Negro woman want a man, Shit, you're gonna have to add 5, 6, 7 women to one man. That's the only way for all the women of our nation. You have to have multiple women for one man in order for our women to have a man now. There's not enough men to go around for every single woman on this earth. More women in this earth than there is men. There's more women of Israel, Yasharala, than there is men. You know that because hell, most of our men get killed off in violence in the streets. They're always in the street culture, dying and shit. Our women still be, it's more women than men. It's facts. Look it up. You know, this is Proverbs 23:10. Remove not the old landmark and enter not into the fields of the fathers. Okay, and Esau, you've done that. Okay, you've done that. All right, you already entered into the field of the fathers. You know, you've already been where you're not wanted, where you are not supposed to be. All right, I got another one. This is I want to pull this my last scripture while I'm thinking about it. I'm gonna close it out on this one right here. Oh shit! Come on. Here, here. Safe. All right, fine. Um, this is Micah 2:1. Woe to them. That's just woe means destruction. Okay, and even at the beginning of it, the title is "Woe to the Oppressors." The title of Micah, the Micah second chapter is "Woe to the Oppressors." All right. So when this was written, they writing it about when it was written, King James had to put in here to let us know, hey man, it's woe to the oppressors, man, to those who's going to oppress you. All right. Woe to them that devise iniquity. All right, and work evil upon their beds. Esau, you do that. Always constantly thinking about evil and wicked. What another way to fuck over chiefly the Israelites in the whole world. How to increase your riches. How to increase your riches, man. By what? By sin and iniquity. When the morning is light, they practice it. When the morning is light, they practice it. So they land on their bed all night long, they're thinking in their little uh, round table meetings or at the Bohemian Groves and at the G20 summits and all these different things. They're contemplating on ways to further oppress the people of Israel, Yasharala, so they can stay in power. Right. So as long as you have us oppressed, the longer you can stay up. So you feed our people with all this bullshit, drugs, all this sex, drugs, rock and roll, all this, mayhem and madness that you give them, college, all this shit you give them. You suppress our people with, well, you can be rich, you can do this, you can be an entertainer, you can play basketball, football, you can do all these different things, right? But it's all in accordance to keep yourself in power. So long as we're under your rules, your regulations, then you're happy because why? You're in power. You don't want us to get the power because that means when we're in power, you're in servitude. You have to serve. You don't want to serve, but you're gonna serve. Okay. So woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in their power of their hand. Once again, Job 9:24, the earth was given into the hand of them. So the power was given is given. Understand that. So what's being given to you can be what? Taken away. You gotta remember that. It was something's given to you. It can also be taken from you. And they covet fields and take them by violence. Africa, so-called America. Hey man, these lands was taken by violence, man. Pure violence. What was it? 100 million Jakes died on their way to so-called America, and 100 million Gadites they killed off in so-called America. and then the millions and upon millions of Jakes that they killed here, while we were in the land oppressed still to this day, and all over North, South, Central America, North, Central, South America, all over. It's still doing it, still being oppressed. All that bloodshed, all that bloodshed. Just millions of people were put to death just from the Hebrew Israelites alone. Talk about what you've done to the rest of the nations, because really they're nothing. They're the spittle. But to the Israelites, man, just when you just Israel, Yashala alone, you're just fucked. You may not think it, you may not see it, but you're fucked. And they covered fields and take them by violence. America wasn't taking it easy. It wasn't just giving. It wasn't oh, hi, you doing? We're going to come take your land. Oh, okay, it's okay. No, man. It came with slaughter and blood, killing, pillaging, robbing, raping. I mean, fuck, you fucking terrorized the fucking people so bad that you barely see any Gadites anywhere or Reuben. You barely see Reuben the Gad anywhere. You barely see the indigenous people of America any fucking way, man. And it was so bad when Christopher Columbus was down in South America, that shit, they had to start pulling Levi down there, man, and Benjamin. They had to start taking the southern tribe because the Aztecs and the Incas, the Mayans, hell, man, they was killing them off. Shit, they started killing themselves. So the women it had got so bad with Columbus and when they was down there that the women started to kill themselves and their children and their families off. They had to go replenish the slaves. Because they were killing themselves. Because of the oppressor, because of the oppression that was Esau was giving, man. The hell that Columbus was giving down there to them people, man. And not only him, every colonizer that came over here. The hell did they put upon the people? They oppressed them so bad. Raped, robbed, and murdered them. Rolled them to the bloody city, man. Whoa. Nah, bro, you got to pay for this shit. You don't just get a scapegoat out of that. You can't escape that. That's why this shit is coming up in your face now. This is why our land is going through what it's going through now. Because the land is trying to get rid of your ass, man. It was built that way. You don't belong. You're wicked as fuck. And you try to play like you're innocent and righteous. And your people have done all this slaughtering and murdering for fucking centuries, decades, for over 500 years. You've been robbing and murdering people, man. Trafficking people, doing all kind of wicked shit upon this earth. Still to this day, your laws and your rules are wicked, unrighteous. You're a fucking curse, man. Whether you understand or see it, you're a fucking curse, man. Out of the scriptures, the Bible tell you, the Lord is telling you, man. That's why all this hell is going upon the face of this earth, man. It's because of your wickedness. You're not fit to rule. You're not fit for rulership. All right. Man. And they covered fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house. You know, hey, you oppress a man in his house, man. You oppress his children, his whole house, man. Everything he got, he think he owns is yours. You take it from him. You know, even a man and his heritage. Hey, what's the heritage of Jacob? Of Israel, man. It's the land of Israel. That's the inheritance. You've oppressed us in our own house, in our own heritage, which had nothing to do with you, wasn't yours. But you came and took it anyway. Even though you were set up to do it because of our iniquities and our sin. And that really is our fault because why? We transgressed the laws, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Shema Shah. We transgressed the laws. Okay? So the Lord said, I'm gonna give these base people the power over you to show my power through that, to you to show my power. And then now I gotta show my power back to these base people that I give it to Then I got to take it back from them to show them my power, that I am Yahweh and not them. That, like you said, you are a man. You are not Yahweh. You are not a God. So the Lord's got to show you. And when He's going to show you, He's going to show the whole earth, man. See, we only understand when we read Deuteronomy 28 how the powerful Yahweh Shem Yahushua is, that the Lord is a terrible power. We understand that through the scriptures. You don't see it or understand it, right? We still call the Lord cuddly huggy bear. He loved the world. He take care of the whole world. He's here for all the Gentiles. He replaced the Israelites with the Gentiles. He never said that in scripture. So, nobody got time for all that semantics and phony fake lies and shit. You go ahead on with that shit. You take that shit somewhere else. There's nowhere in those scriptures is that even read. I'm reading right now and I don't hear that at all. All right. This is verse 3. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, behold, against this family do I devise an evil. So against your family, against the whole family of Esau, is this evil devised, from which ye shall not remove your nets, neither shall ye go haughtily, for this time is evil. Okay? And that day shall one take up a parable against you, and lament with a doleful lamentation, and say, we be utterly spoiled. He hath changed the portion of my people. How have he removed it from me? Turn away, he hath divided our fields. Hey man, that's what we saw. You've done all these things. You divided the fields of the Lord's people. You are fucking with Yahweh by Shem outside, man. Crazy as fuck. I know you gonna fight against the Lord, man. You already know you got the chariots. It's already scoped out. The chariots is already watching y'all. The chariots is all, even the military. It's so many chariots being shown that the militaries have to come out saying, "Look, we don't know what the hell these things are. The UFOs, and they're over top of nuclear plants and all kind of shit." All right. So man, I have my end there because I pretty much, I went longer than what I wanted to. I called something that's gonna be a short video. It's gonna be an hour-long video. So hey, you know what? Hey, with that said, I want to say, call Lord Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahushua, Ba'Shem Kakadash, Barak Yahweh, Barak Yahushua, Barak Yahweh, Barak Yahushua, Ba'Shem Kakadash, Hallelujah, Shalom, Wa'af Ball, Death America, together to look at that kingdom, man. Yashala, keep pushing, keep teaching. I'm Masada here. Salute to all you YSO brothers. Salute to all you GMS brothers. Salute to all you brothers that's pushing this doctrine that the elder apostles of GMS is pushing out. Just keep working, keep the faith, keep fighting, man. Hey, we see it. We know it's coming to an end. But we know the Lord is long suffering. But we see the end coming. We see it here. So just keep pushing the truth. Because the truth, the truth it sets you free. Freedom is in truth. It doesn't see. It doesn't. When you can clear your mind, your lie. It doesn't matter what you do with the body, right? Fret not him who can kill the body, but fret him who can kill the body and soul. The body is a temporal place. This isn't just a covenant. This carcass is just that. It's just a housing place for your spirit. It's a resting place for your judgment here on earth. But when you can free your mind, that's freedom. This is our freedom. To the truth is the freedom. Right? To be able to uncover the secrets of the devil, to be able to push the truth out. And there's only one way to do it, is through the scriptures. How about Shem Yahushua? So call Lord for the Apostle Elders Great Millstone. Call Lord for your call Lord how about Shem Yahushua. And amen. Praise the men before us that, all praise to the men before us that bring this truth out. So we can bring this truth out, to our business, man. Double honors to those men. Double honors to all the men before us. And that's what I'm saying about you wicked niggas. That's in Yashala. You come out of GMS, wherever you come out of, you don't give honor back to the men that taught you. You know, you don't give honors to those men because you will not know it if it's not for them men. You wouldn't be out of the darkness if it's not for those men. But that just shows that you're in darkness too, that you wasn't meant for the truth. You don't know how to give honor to the men that pulled you out. And I guess you just did it yourself. It was the Lord that just woke you up yourself, and you was the first. It's all you, you know. So man, double honors to the apostles and elders, man. So you know, it's a beautiful thing. There's your power to understand scriptures to be able to see what's happening. You know, to be free. You know? The chains of darkness, man, comes off your mind, and it's a beautiful thing. And you can see. It's a beautiful thing. You can see past the lies and the bullshit. Satan can't fool and trick you, man. You see him for who he is. His girders get lifted, man. So hey, Kolo Yabashina Shabashim Kandas. Bata Bata Shahala Shalom. Shalom, brother. Stay up, stay focused, keep pushing. Shalom.